Poor man wanna be rich, rich man wanna be king. A king is satisfied till he rules everything. Satisfied is not a thing. When I walk through the doors, of chorus sing. Prince Hakeem, rose petals on the scene. My bathers don't play fair, they double team. Happens every day, that's just your dream.
Ain't no secret. Should do Eddie Kane Jr. Like, share, subscribe. If you subscribe to me, leave a comment down in the post and I'm going to sub back to you. Rit. Now I'm talking about, hey, my people, got one thing. Definitely appreciate all the views, all the subs, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all joining the Renegades. But, always a but. I looked at my analytics and it's only like 2-point-something% people subscribe who are watching my videos, man. So if y'all enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button so y'all can enjoy this, you know what I'm talking about. I appreciate all the new viewers, but my Renegades, I want y'all tapped in too, you know what I'm saying. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Loyalty and Betrayal. We're going to go over her video. It's when she exposes that Martell Wiley, aka Trenches News, BKA, Cooperator 1, was going to testify in the FBG RICO. You know what I'm saying? It's deep, y'all. And I want y'all to know, I have no issue with civilians who testify. You know what I'm saying? We need, you know what I'm saying? I understand it. You're a civilian. That's your right as a taxpaying citizen to alert authorities to things that, you know what I'm saying, you think are illegal or a situation, or you got a testimony. No problem with that. It's with dudes who ingratiate themselves into different communities, do dirt with them, and then roll over on them. That's them the ones I got an issue with. I don't have no issue with people who just, you know what I'm saying, citizens or whatnot. Just want y'all to know that, you know what I'm saying? But these cats who out here doing foul deeds, and then when they see, you know what I'm saying, the walls closing in, they cooperate, you know what I'm saying? Or they've been cooperating. And as a matter of this man has been a cooperator for almost 20 years. So he says it's for Duck and it's for the kids. Hey, y'all, Renegades, let's get into it.
So, in the paperwork, it says cooperating witness. People assume number one was you.
Number one, number two, they said all of them. Shit. They said all of them was me. Shit. They said I'm number one, number two, number three. Shit, it don't matter what they say, man. It don't matter to me.
Okay, from your perspective, are you 1, 2, or 3?
I mean, 1.
You 1?
Yeah.
All right. So you're admitting that whatever's said about 1 is you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you actually say?
I mean,
well, that you can tell us today that you actually said without.
What you mean actually said? I ain't had no involvement in it, and shit. Yeah. That's the.
You wasn't there at the
crime scene. I wasn't there at the crime scene or none of that shit. I wasn't at the crime scene. I wasn't even out when Doug got killed. The day he got killed or the week he got killed, I wasn't even out. Yeah. You know, I got out after that.
So
from Stateville.
So
you know, I got out after that.
So
from Stateville.
So
from Stateville.
So
from Stateville.
So
Lucy, you got some explaining to do. So, you want to claim you were locked up in Statesville when Duck was killed. But yet we have it in the state paperwork and now in the transcripts from the diabetic. When Miss Gacchetti asked, all right, so you at 3:45 in the morning, less than 12 hours after Mr. Weekly was shot, you called the law enforcement and volunteered to solve the murder for them, didn't you? You said, I told them if they'll see it. I mean, the guys in the internet all day bragging about it, so yeah. She says, so you were looking at the internet? Yeah. But you called up and you said that you knew all the players and you could help to make identifications if needed. Is that correct? Yes, ma'am. That's correct. even though you weren't there.
Yeah.
And you did that because you knew that law enforcement pays people for information. Excuse me, can I?
All right, renegades. So, my renegades who been with me for a while, y'all know, I used to be a moderator on Trenches News page, you know what I'm saying? Definitely used to look at his stories, listen to his stories, listen to what he had to say, you know what I'm saying? It definitely was, you know what I'm saying, like a different perspective of a guy who was allegedly eyewitness on the scene at all these different events entails, you know what I'm saying? Now, Martell Wiley, he initially stated on that interview that he was in Stateville when Duck was killed. That's cap. You know what I'm saying? He was out here in the streets. And the reason I know is because I was definitely communicating with this brother. You know what I'm talking about? Like just on some old regular type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But he was out in the streets. Trenches News started his page 2 days before Duck was killed. And you see in the state paperwork, this man called 12 hours after it happened at 3:45 in the morning trying to give information about, you know what I'm saying, that assassination, you know what I'm saying? All this, man, it's just fishy how he's explaining it, because he's lying, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I separated myself. Like, we had a communication. I asked him point blank, is the MWU, when all that came out about MW from Newtown, this and that there, he flat out told me, nah, it's different people and it's somebody else. But I knew, and I was out of there, you know what I'm saying? I'm gone. I got no issue with anybody else who just want to get lied to, because this the type of dude right here, he's out for self. He's not out for Duck. It's not about the kids. It's about the money. You know what I'm talking about? All the money he can get, as we're going to see, all his testimony, this man sold out for bread, you know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Can I please? Sir, answer. No, you can answer my question. Can I answer with that? Ma'am, like, I ain't finna just say yes or no. Like, it's just an answer to that. Judge, I'm asking for a responsive answer. It's a yes or a no. The judge tells him, dude, answer the fucking question. Now, he goes on to start talking about how he was making $300 a day, $900 a month on Facebook before Carlton died, doing music reviews without a mask, all that good stuff. But you were locked up, so you were doing this from prison then, from Statesville. You were having music review shows in Statesville. She tells you, when you first started talking to Special Agent, you weren't able to pay your bills, isn't that right? Negative. I was able to pay my bills. She tries to remind him about Agent Doyle on January the 16th of 2021, after Carlton had died. It's been so long, ma'am, I don't remember. Do you remember telling him that when he was trying to send you something while y'all were on the phone, that you didn't have no internet because your internet bill, Wi-Fi bill, was overdue? Negative. And then he goes into this big hoopla story about how he can go downtown to get free internet because it ain't 1960. All right. So now, let's see. She brings up about the payments and when it was that he was actually working for as an informant. And she says, but you knew that FBI would pay for information because you had been a paid confidential informant in 2008. Isn't that right? Ma'am, a situation happened with an officer. Sir, you were a confidential. It's 06. How about 08? 06. When were you a paid confidential informant? It was 06. That's when. Yeah. Do I explain it or no? Do I just say yes? Were you a confidential informant? 06. In 06? Yeah, 06. How about in 2008?
Buy to old costly cable TV once and for all. This revolutionary invention gives you access to your favorite channels and movies completely.
Saying you weren't paid, you weren't a paid confidential informant. And this was his response. Please listen to it carefully. I stopped working with them. I think I stopped working with them because I was working with them for an officer at the low end who was extorting people, who was taking people money and locking them up, and doing all types of foul shit. So yeah, I went to them and I told them when he took my money, I went to the feds and I told them that he took it.
Renegades. Now this man has no shame. He's working, out of his own mouth, he's stating that he was working with the police. He was working with the CPD, with a dirty officer on the low end. I guess that's Watts, who was, you know what I'm saying, in his words, he's locking people up, looking them up or whatnot. So it was all good for Trenches News to work for this man, and he knew all this was going on. But when Watts did the shakedown on Trenches, then it was an issue, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's proven throughout history. There's no honor amongst thieves. So Trenches, you was the stick-up kid out here sticking up cats. Watts stuck you up. And then you didn't like that though, you know what I'm talking about? You went to the feds and low-key started your co-op. So you've been working with CPD. You were informant for the CPD. You graduated. Now you're a cooperator with the feds, you know what I'm saying?
He said that he stopped working with them because he was working with them for an officer who was extorting people and taking people's money. You letting that sink all the way in? Then he goes on to say it was because of Watts and how he didn't care if he got paid or not. Okay. And now, if we go and look at the payments that she's claiming that he had gotten by way of the list from the feds, she says on May the 4th, 2021, you got $1,000 and $2,500. But I do know that there was some before that. I'm just going by a few of them that she's speaking on. May the 12th of 2021, he got $10.
Wait a minute, Renegades. This man got $10. Bro, did you needed some Italian fiesta or something? You wanted some jerk? Or what was going on that you needed $10? Hey, low key, if I was Agent Doyle, I would have brought you over 100 bottles and said, take them to the store and get your $10, man. Work for it. Go get your $10 right quick. Bro, $10? Petty. What the heck? Here we go. Get back to the...
June the 8th of 2021, he got $2,000. July the 6th of 2021, he got $871. July the 20th of 2021, he got $1,500. October the 19th of 2021, $5,000. I wonder if that's that reward money, because isn't that about the same time that the Oblakians got locked up? Think about it. His responses are, I can't remember. March the 16th of 2022, $2,500. June the 2nd of 2022, $1,500. So let's jump back over here, where he's accusing her of trying to sabotage the jury. Okay? She brings up, you also used your status as an FBI cooperator to get yourself out of trouble, didn't you? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. They never did no favors for me or took me out of no trouble. None of that. Negative. She says, I mean you. Negative. They never got me out of no trouble. I never got into trouble. And then went to them and said, oh, can y'all get me out of trouble? Negative. She says, okay, that's not what I said. You used the fact that...
Hold on 1 second, Renegades. If there is a YouTube Emmy for voiceovers, we got to get Loyalty and Betrayal the Emmy, man. I'm trying to keep it cool and not laugh, but her voice impersonation of Trench's news is spot on. Salute the Loyalty Betrayal.
You were a cooperator. Negative. And then he goes into talking about everything that he went to jail for. He owned it, did his time, blah, 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 blah. She comes back and she says, I'm not saying that. You're misunderstanding me. Let me explain what I'm talking about. You remember you had a case in McLean County. You were on probation in a case in McLean County. One of these cases, the convictions, you remember that you had a probation officer, Michelle Lindmeyer. Michelle Lindmeyer? I'm not a probation officer in McLean County. She says you never had probation in McLean County. No. So now he's committed perjury. She says, all right. I ain't got no probation in McLean County. Like I don't know who no Michelle is. Okay. Do you remember that on July the 28th, 2020, you contacted Agent Doyle stating that you were in trouble with probation? Remember? Oh, yeah. Okay. Now it goes on and it says, I was with them, so I had to call there. She was saying that I went. She was saying that I wasn't with them, but I was with them. I was with Julian and them inside the grand jury, and they tried to violate me. Now, July 28th, 2020, Carlton Weekly is still alive, folks. Let that sink.
A house just popped up on MLS. Do you have time for a quick video tour?
That would be fantastic.
And now we know that they had David Sloan cooperating in 2018. They say that they've had Martell working with them on cases in 2008 and 2011. They obviously had them in front of a grand jury in 2020. Now, let that sink all the way. Let's look again at the grand jury subpoena for my account. It came from a special July 2021 grand jury.
Man, so you see here, Loyalty and Betrayal, she got subpoenaed to testify before a grand jury. This in 2022, they want her information, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the one thing, Loyalty and Betrayal, she's on the trail. She's on that paper trail. She wants the facts, you know what I'm saying? All the paperwork they have, but definitely just her point of views, I guess they wanted that as well. But they had this woman, you know what I'm saying, subpoenaed to a grand jury, and she's not even involved. She's nowhere near Illinois. She's not in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And they still, just her information, they want her to testify, you know what I'm saying, in before a grand jury. That's brazy.
That's when they actually had the hearing. Heard whatever it was that people had to say. That somehow my name got brought into it. That had to do with Duck and them. Now at this point, yes, Duck is deceased. And it was approved on October 26th of 2022 for whomever with Google to show up on November the 2nd of 2022 to produce all my information. Now, what does this one say? The special January 2020 grand jury. Now, see, the problem is this whole RICO with the Oblakians was based off of the murder of Carlton Weekly. But as you're well aware, as of January 2020, Carlton Weekly was not deceased. As of July 28th, 2020, Carlton Weekly was not deceased. What did I tell y'all a few months ago? When the Oblakians murdered Duck, they fucked up what was already in play to be happening. And that was the RICO that was coming for the GD side.
Whoa, renegades. So that's what I be talking about. So Trenches News, you out here, it's for Duck. It's this. I'm doing this for Duck. I'm on the stand for Duck. It comes out. The reason you testified is because you had to. The feds, they heard you out here, you know what I'm saying? They had told you, like, hey, stay off your platform. Don't be saying this and that. You came out there and tried to play it. Nah, I'm not testifying. I'm not going to do this. They had to spank you. So they froze your money up on YouTube. So you had to go on that stand. That's why you had to go on that stand, because they froze up your bread. But squash all that. That's okay. Bro, it's not okay, but I'm saying past that. You were already testifying before a grand jury about the RICO for the GDs. They were trying to put that on Duck, Cash. Rest in peace, Big Dale. Before Big Dale was deceased, he was stating like they were trying to flip that GD RICO to him. Like he was leadership over there in Tukaville, you know what I'm saying? So they had the GD RICO going. Duck was killed, messed up the GD RICO, Cash killed, another one, Dale passed. They didn't really have nobody else, in my opinion, to hang that GD RICO on, so it was gone, you know what I'm saying? But Trenches News, he was going to be testifying against Duck, you know what I'm saying? It's about the bread. It's about the money. It's not for the kids. It's not for Duck. It's about the money, you know what I'm saying? And these the worst type of cats that you got around, you letting sleep on your flow, you giving a plate of food to, and them the ones that set you up to get sent up north, you know what I'm talking about? And getting paid for it, you know what I'm saying? You getting your 30 pieces of silver, you know what I'm talking about? And hey, I don't knock how no man get their bread, but when you setting people up for the downfall so you can profit off of it, I got a problem with that.
Martell and David Salome had been making statements against the FBG Tukaville side, is the way that it was listed in the documents. Let that sink all the way in, Martell. Like we're not supposed to be able to put two and two together. And you admitted it. You said right here, you were inside the grand jury. Duck was still alive, bitch.
Ooh. Renegades, I'm glad y'all joined me in this. And another shout out to Mi Hermana, Loyalty and Betrayal. Spot on performance of Trenches News voice, man. I could have swore that was Trenches up in there, you know what I'm talking about? Excellent. But this all this to say, watch who you got around you, man. Watch who you give information to and share information to about your personal life, because they will hold it against you in the court of law. You know what I'm talking about? This dude, he's saying this for Duck. He's saying this for the kids. It's for him. It's for the money. You know what I'm talking about? But hey, renegades, I had to separate myself. In the words of L.A. Capone, I had to separate myself. You know what I'm talking about? I can't even rock with that. I don't wish nobody no ill will, but I'm not going to be associated with no cats who just seeking the downfall of other people for profit. Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, renegades. It's a long one, but hey, I hope y'all stay to the end. You know what I'm talking about? And Brent, sub to the channel. Also, if you not know sub to Loyalty and Betrayal, go sub to Loyalty and Betrayal channel, man. Got a lot of good content going back a while. Y'all might have just seen, you know what I'm saying, she getting shouted out by Trap Lord Ross, you know what I'm saying, various other people. So y'all might be familiar with her now, but she's been out doing her thing for a minute. Hey, man, if you ain't no renegade, hit that sub button. You want to join us on the low-key, snitch-free mission, hit that join button. Welcome to the Renegades. Dude.